Caol Ila, Gordon MacPhail Independent Bottling, 13 years old, 43%. Does this thing beat the regular 12-year-old release that comes from the distillery? We're going to find out. Let's jump into it. Hey everybody, welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I'm Eric. I'm the bar for today. We have a Caol Ila from an independent bottler. This is Gordon MacPhail's Caol Ila 13 years old Discovery Series. As always here on the channel, nose taste finish review of this whiskey is coming your way. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, leave you with a malt musing. But first, before we do that, take a second, hit that subscribe button. That'll make sure you don't miss any of my whiskey reviews. They drop periodically here on YouTube's. I also do happy hour live streams, all of that. I want to make sure you are in the know for when those are happening. Subscribing is the best way to do it. All right, Caol Ila. It is a distillery from the Islay region of Scotland, and with minimal exceptions, Islay is known for the heavily peated single malt scotches. Caol Ila, a distillery predominantly known for being put into blends, does have a core range of single malt scotches they've released from their distillery. However, there is a prolific lineup of independently bottled Caol Ilas, and one of them that we're going to look at today is from independent bottlers Gordon MacPhail, and it is this one. It is Caol Ila, 13 years old, part of their Discovery Series. So let's get into the tail of the tape on this whiskey. As I mentioned, this is a 13-year-old age statement, so a year older than the 12-year-old bottling that you get from the distillery. It is bottled at 43% ABV, which is the same as the 12-year-old from the distillery. As for chill filtration and natural color, it does not say anything here on the bottle either way. Let's take just a quick look here at the tube. And unfortunately, it does not provide any information on that here either. So we can assume that they have potentially added some color to this and chill filtered. I will say that it is not the norm for independent bottlers to chill filter or add color to their whiskey. I think more times than not, you will find their whiskeys non-chill filtered and naturally colored. However, this Discovery Series bottled at 43% ABV from Gordon MacPhail does not seem to share that information, so you can assume that perhaps they have added some color and chill filtered this whiskey. Okay, that is the tail of the tape. Let's dive into this whiskey. Get a little bit more of this here in the glass. All right, so this is the color that we are looking at. It looks natural to me. That pale straw, light gold color. This is why you just wish they would take a second and disclose this on their bottle. On the nose, fresh, sweet, and peaty. More peat than smoke. Get this effervescent, kind of slightly earthy, spicy kick, just coming from that peat they used in the barley drying process. There's some of that smoke creeping in. Very nice nose. It is on the fruity or sweet side. You're getting kind of light tropical fruit notes, mostly like banana, a little bit of pineapple, vanilla, definitely caramel, a little bit. Lemon lime citrus for sure. Slightly herbal. This is kind of a savory sweet whiskey. Quite nice, citrus, lively, youthful, sprightly nose. So this definitely would make for a nice summertime whiskey, especially if you're looking for a peated whiskey in the summer. Let's give it a taste. Sludge. Medium viscosity. Coats the mouth really nice. Again, that banana forward sweetness, a little bit of butterscotch, bit of toffee, slowly gives way to a drying peat smoke. You're getting some of that ashiness, but it's a bit restrained. This is more of a sweet fruit forward whiskey. As it goes into the medium finish, vanilla caramel, a bit of that sweet kind of yellow fruit notes. The smoke and the dry kind of palate from the peat carries all the way through, but it's relatively in balance with that sweetness. Medium long, not super complex, enjoyable. Okay, let's put some water on this. Again, this is at 43%. Now, the 43% could be partially why they may have chill filtered this. Really, if you get after 46%, it's not actually going to have the effect that it would normally have, and the effect being that it would prevent cloudiness. Now, it is one of the reasons, among others, that they chill filter whiskeys that are usually below 46%, but if they don't disclose it, we don't know. I am not seeing any Scotch mist appearing in this. So we're not getting really any clouding. I did about 5 drops of water here. So this, of course, is leading me even further to believe that they did chill filter this whiskey. Okay, let's check out this nose now. Ooh. Sharper. Lemon lime. Heavier on the lime side. That kind of banana note is still there. Pineapple, kind of like a pineapple yogurt, pineapple and cream yogurt, vanilla, and then sharp spice notes coming from that peat, a little bit of cinnamon. So picking up more spice now, but that peatiness, definitely giving this a tickle, and also the smoke, which is a bit more restrained here with water. Makes sense. It is still showing up a bit, and I think we're going to get a bit more of it here on the palate. So let's do this with water. Oh, extends that development. Much better with water. It's still pretty rich. This is medium viscosity to a little bit higher, even at 43%. Quite nice. Yellow fruits, herbal, a little bit of that toffee butterscotch thing coming through again. I'm assuming this is mostly bourbon cask. There might be a bit of sherry in here, but we do not know, as they do not mention it on the label. Dries out pretty quick as it goes into that medium finish. A little bit of ash. Again, kind of charred, almost like grilled pineapple. Definitely. A little bit of yellow apple, Macintosh apple type thing. Lightly vanillaed. Kind of just wrapping right around this. More peat than smoke. You're definitely getting that peat drying out the palate. Excuse me, giving this a little bit of an effervescence. Okay. The Discovery series from Caol Ila. We're going to get into value now. Gordon MacPhail is known, I mean, honestly, for one of the bigger independent bottlers, and they do a whole bunch of things. This Discovery series, all the whiskeys within it, without exception, from what I understand, are all 43%. And this is a pretty readily available whiskey. I think if you go to most good liquor stores, or even check the shelves of your bigger kind of big box stores, you will likely find this or a similar type independent bottling from Caol Ila on it, priced at anywhere from about $55 to $75, give or take. It is right on par for the price of the Caol Ila 12-year-old from the distillery. I'm going to give this a medium high value in comparison to that 12-year-old from the distillery. Otherwise, I think this is right around a medium value. All right, so final thoughts. First and foremost, does this whiskey rival or even supersede the 12-year-old distillery release? The answer to that is yes. And quite simply, the reason for that is that, well, first of all, you're getting an extra year on it. It is 13 years old. Secondly, I think the mouthfeel of this whiskey, while similar to the 12, is a bit richer and it lasts a bit longer. This is not a world-beating whiskey by any stretch, but it is a testament to, definitely in the case of Caol Ila, and honestly in the case of a lot of distilleries, that the independent bottlers who purchase casks from big-time distilleries and do it all themselves really do put out superior products in a lot of cases. I think this absolutely does beat the regular 12. If I was at the store looking for kind of an entry-level peated whiskey, this is one that I would look for and hopefully find before I would take the regular Caol Ila 12. It's just got a bit more going for it. It's got, sweeter. It's got a bit more smoke. It's got longer mouthfeel and a better texture. And I just think even at the regrettable 43% and likely, potential chill filtration and color added to it, this whiskey really does shine for what it does. And again, I think it's particularly with Caol Ila's, more times than not, the independent bottlings are always going to be superior. It's not always the case with every distillery, but for the most part it is. So I'm going to give this a score that I think reflects what we're getting out of this, and that is going to be a 3.25 out of 5. I think this is slightly above average, even at 43%, and the other things that kind of, I think, hamstring this from being a potentially truly great whiskey. The casks seem high quality. The overall experience is quite nice. This is more of a summertime peated whiskey for me personally, because it doesn't have that kind of depth and darker notes that I would like something in colder temperature times. But as it stands, I think for a discovery series, I think Gordon MacPhail has put out a nice bottling of Caol Ila here. And the 3.25 out of 5, I think the score is going to reflect that. So something to keep your eyes out for, and would love to hear in the chat if you had this whiskey. I will post my Caol Ila 12 video review, so folks can do a little comparison if they care to. But with that, I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about this. I will say that finally, that most of the time you can find Caol Ila independent bottlings right in that 10 to 12, 13-year-old range that are going to be cask strength. I think we'll probably be even light years better than this. You might pay a little more for it, but if you're just getting into peat, this is a good whiskey for you. 3.25. And with that, I'm going to send you to your malt musing, and we will see you next time here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Thanks so much.